Hello and welcome to the program Hot Button. Distance has always been an issue when it comes to young people and relationship. But most times these things are not in our hands to control, because as human beings, we must certainly move. And sometimes, unluckily, you could be moved so far away from someone you are in a relationship with. And most times this brings about a lot of challenges in that relationship. My name is Johnny and I have with me on the program today
Isawa Uyeme Rosemary
and
Mr. Jones.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Good. Distance has always been something that young people find very scary when they are in love. Let me put it that way.
Yeah.
And today we want to look at the topic long distance relationship. Is that even a problem? What is your take on long distance relationship?
Okay, so I believe that sometimes, like you said, it just happens that someone has to move and then it has to turn into a long distance relationship. I believe that if you know you cannot handle it, then don't go into it, because trust is a very important factor when handling a long distance relationship. No matter what you do, if you know you don't trust that person that you're in a relationship with, if you know like that when that person goes off, you're going to be worried, you see something, you're thinking here and there, then don't just bother giving yourself that anxiety and dealing with all those stress. Don't just get into it. That's what I believe. All
right, let's hear from you. What do you think about long distance relationships?
Long distance relationship to me has always been an issue, because youths nowadays, I can't advise anyone to actually say, you want to do a long distance relationship and I'll support you on that, because long distance relationship takes a lot of patience and commitment. Because no matter how you say you trust your partner, things will always arise that starts to bring doubt into that relationship, anxiety, you start to look the other way around. How sure can you be that there will always be that proper communication you had with him or her before the distance happened? You can't always make sure there's a proper communication, because there's a difference between communicating and properly communicating. So there will always be communication, but proper communication is, can you be there for him or her when he needs you or he needs you? So there is lots of things you need to take into factor. Can you be committed when you see other people going out with their spouse, with their significant other? Christmas, festive period, they're having fun, you're in the house texting, video calling. It's not realistic.
So what you're saying is there are so many things to worry about. Now, what challenges do people in long distance relationship face, having said what you said earlier?
The first I would say is trust.
Trust.
We youths, as we are now, we have lots of social media, so many media apps. Instagram, take for example Instagram. You're the life of the party among your friends. You go to a club, you go to a party, lots of fun. You take snaps of girls, your friends. As a guy, I'm the kind of person that I like taking snaps whenever I go to party. I like just letting people follow me along. So me taking videos, taking snaps, and mostly girls, because I like being surrounded by girls. So and I post
it's not a bad thing. Like doing the right thing.
I like post it, and my girlfriend sees it. There's this doubt. There's this doubt that starts to creep in. Does he still love me? I always see his post, and why is it always girls out here? Why is it always girls? What if I don't know much you guys? What if I actually have a very platonic relationship with those girls, but she feels like this guy is cheating on me?
And those are challenges that could come along if you are far away.
Yeah, and commitment. You come into another aspect, commitment. Can you always see that when you left, you were 100% committed to her? Let's say 2 years going, are you 100% committed? When you see other girls that gives you that attention that your babe's not always giving, because let me say, she says, I'm busy, I'm working, I'm in class, and there's a girl with you there saying, I'm here for you, I'm talking to you, that one. So will the commitment be still as strong as before?
And you don't necessarily have to have something with that particular girl.
You don't necessarily have to have something.
Okay, but what you're saying is the impression it leaves in the mind of your partner who is far away from you. It's a big challenge.
Yeah, it starts to create paranoia.
Okay.
That this guy is cheating.
Okay.
So I don't feel it's good.
Let me hear from you, Rosemary. What are the challenges?
Okay, coming from what he said,
okay,
you can talk about commitments.
Okay.
But look, trust is not built in a day. You cannot tell me that. You're in a relationship with somebody.
Okay.
I know, like, okay, you cannot fully know someone, like you cannot know someone very well because things happen, and then like we hear of situations where they used to be in love and then he changed. But like, you know who you're dating. Like, okay, before you decide to go into a long distance relationship, just like, I feel like you should make sure it's you guys have already come a long way, if not necessarily more than a year or anything. Just don't, okay, you start dating someone for 3 months and then person has to go, or you have to go, and you say, okay, let's do this long distance. I don't believe it's going to work. But looking at, say, I have friends that have been in a relationship for 2 years with people that are overseas or far away, and it's working. They're communicating. You know, you find instances where, okay, one of them, because the other person moves, and then you start seeing the person talking about, oh, I'm busy, I had stuff to do, I had this to do. If you trust that person, all these things will not be a problem to you. That's what I feel. Because what is trust? I can vouch for this person. I know that this person cannot do this.
You're capable
yes,
of doing,
I know what you can do. They'll tell you, if you say you trust someone, they'll tell you this person did this, and you say, no, I don't believe. Like, I don't believe. You can fight for that person. So why would you tell me that you're not in a relationship with someone, and then, okay, you say you trust the person, and then like you're seeing maybe a snap or something, and you start having doubts. Then you did not trust the person right from the start. Then why did you get into the relationship? Like, why did you decide to do a long distance? It won't work.
So what you're saying is, as long as you have trust at the base of that relationship, it doesn't matter what the person does, it's going to relationship to work. What do you think about that?
Taking from what you said, trust. We as young people, how much do we trust ourselves? Talk less of like saying we trust someone so much that you believe, okay, this person will never cheat on me. Like, I don't even trust myself that much that, okay, I can surely do this long distance relationship. Okay. So me giving you that complete trust when what I'm saying is saying opposite. It might actually not be true, but there is just this too much closeness that you start to see, and doubt starts to creep in all the time. So long distance is not an ideal relationship for me.
It's not an ideal relationship for you.
But depends on what your definition of long distance is. To me, long distance is not within the same state. Within the same state, I can just like, okay, I can clear my schedule. 2 weeks, 1 week, I'm traveling to these states to go and stay with my significant other. I define long distance as out of country.
Okay, or out of place you cannot maybe get to in a day.
And communication, and the aspect of communication starts to come into different time zone. I'm working, you're working, and this time is 9 here and I'm sleeping.
Okay.
You're in class and this time I'm working. All those kind of situations start to like, if you make you feel like this guy doesn't have my time, this girl doesn't have my time.
So it's a little bit complicated to you based on what you're saying. But let's look at it. These things happen.
Yeah.
You know, you can be in a relationship today. Now, if you happen to be in a relationship, does it mean if your girlfriend who you've been with for 2 years travels and that distance comes in, that's the end of the relationship?
I won't say that is the end, depending on the plans I have for her and I. So if it's like in a situation that, okay, I know you're traveling and I have the plans of coming to meet you there.
Okay.
It's still working. You're traveling, and there's a hope, there is this possibility that you'll be coming back for holidays once in a while.
Okay.
The relationship's still going. But in the sense that long distance, like you're traveling now, and I won't see you for like 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, I can't 100% see that relationship will continue.
I can support you there.
Okay.
I can support what he's saying, that, okay, you know, like, you're not going to see each other for a very long time.
Very long time.
Yes. But at the same time, you're in a relationship for about 2 years, and then the person is going. I don't know, why waste your time for so long? Like, you guys have been there for 2 years. 2 years, like we're talking about more than 12 months, and then like the person is going, you now want to break it off. It all boils down to communication. You speak to each other. Like I feel like communication is key in every relationship. Let's know what we're doing here. Because at this stage in our lives, I mean, final year.
How long do you feel that communication will last?
Depends on both of you. Speak to each other. See, there's no way that person will go there.
There's this thing that we call making ground rules in relationship. Like how much you trust this person to like meet the expectations of your ground rules. Like we make this ground rule, okay, I don't want you with this particular set of girls. How sure are you he won't actually do that thing? What if you actually see an evidence one day, maybe a video that is actually rolling with that kind of girls? Would you say you still trust the guy 100% after he breaks that ground rule you made?
You can't say you still trust the person. Listen, I'm talking to my own boyfriend, and then like I have to move, or he has to move, and I'm telling him, okay, let me use it, because he's saying, okay, you see him, you tell him you don't want him around this particular set of girls, so I'm the one moving, and then I've spoken to you about this, like I don't like you around these people, I don't want you to be around these people. Okay, we decide that this is how we want our relationship to run. I'm the one moving, so energy has to come from both sides. You cannot be pumping, like you cannot be the one trying to communicate constantly and other person is not like retaliating whatever you're doing. But if he goes like, if like you start seeing signs, or like you start seeing things happening, that's why you have to communicate. How do I put it now? You like, there's no way. I feel like no matter what happens in the long run, whatever, the cat will always come out of the bag. Definitely. So if like, okay, you guys already spoke about this, and then you move, and then you start seeing like, this is like, these are things we spoke about, these are things you're doing, then it may necessarily now become a problem. But I just believe that it's still trust. I don't know. It just has to be trust.
But even based on the analogy you gave, assuming something like that happens, is there no ground to like say, hey, no one is perfect. We can always sort this out. We can always understand with, you know,
I feel like that
we can always understand with each other.
And
then we can just bring things to bear together. Is that not possible?
That's possible.
So
but if it keeps on like occurring,
what if the person the kind of person that forgiveness is not really a thing that is common with him or other? One heartbreak is enough. One suspicion or something is just enough. I can't do it. I can't put myself in a position where I will cry at the end of the day. Kind of thing. So I feel like
you have to know your person.
So from what you said now, from what you said about supporting long distance relationship, do you feel like we should start from best friends kind of thing? We should start from friends, then grow? Or what would you say about people that have never met? They just met on maybe the media or would you support that kind of long distance?
I don't support media long distance. What are you doing? You've never seen the person before. Let me hear that, like what's happening? Like, okay, do you know the type of person this person is? You only see what they want you to see on social media.
What if the guy gives you that communication and attention you want with the chats?
I just believe that you shouldn't go into many of them fail. Like they don't. I think
you have a point because really we see this thing.
Yes.
You have never met this person. You just connect on and these days we have over 5,000 friends on Facebook.
Yes, like you don't know
the person's background.
Yes, I'm only putting whatever I want you to see on social media. You don't know what happens behind the scenes.
And that's like
and then you go into the relationship.
Dating or something.
Yes, and then okay, the person is giving you communication. You guys are speaking every time. You know, sharing you love. You don't know that person. Why are you doing that?
Most people go into it on this scenario that there's this thing called like expectation and reality. They go into it like expecting that when they finally have that face-to-face meeting that they'll be wow, like oh my god,
that's
this guy is
a lot like
it
could work,
but the reality will not be like, oh, this guy is not
yes, what I have a situation like that. I have a friend.
I want to hear you.
She used to talk to this guy for more than 6 months online. My god, they were in love. Like according to her, we are in love. Always speaking, like this boy, like he's so far away but yet so near. Like always sending her gifts, just spoiling her. And then she used to say, oh my god, I can't wait to meet this guy. Like this is the man of my dreams. He came to Nigeria and she came to meet me. That's not what I saw. Like, what is this? Like, who's this person? Like, this is not it at all.
Her case now is she's coming from his physical aspect.
Yeah, she was disappointed.
And that's because what you're saying now, what I just got from what you said now is what you see online might not be exactly what it is.
Yes.
Because number one, you're talking virtually to somebody. You know, when you're typing, it is easier to censor your words than when you're actually speaking.
Yes.
You know, speaking at real time that's why most times,
like sex, there's always this time to sit down and think of what you want to say.
Yes.
Give it to her.
Yes.
So I could understand from her experience because most times when you type, you can wipe.
You can wipe,
and
you can
put
rewrite.
together your
You can even ask your friends, what should I say?
You can imagine when you're talking.
When it comes to guys, most of the time, it's actually their friends that help you talk to your
You
girls.
think it's only guys? Girls too.
Like, sometimes like, oh bro, I don't know what to say again. I TikTok to her for me.
Okay, so what we're saying is virtual relationship, especially when it breeds distance already, is a no-no.
It's a no-no. Yes, for me it's a no-no.
And it's not a no-no because it's an impossible situation. It is just that rarely does it materialize.
Yes,
because there are actually some that work out. Now,
I
having said all these things, how can two partners who had no choice but to experience long-distance relationship, how can they come together and build trust in their long relationship?
Okay, that has to be
long distance relationship.
That has to be communication.
Okay.
Like, you need to speak to your partner. First things first, you need to evaluate yourself.
Okay.
Can I do this? Like, have conversations with yourself. Can I actually do this? Like, if this person goes, how can I cope? Do I actually believe that I can handle anything that comes with it? But if you know that, okay, you're seeing, you're having doubts, I'm not sure I can do this, then don't. But if you see that, okay, yes, it might work, then communicate with your partner. Like, what do you think? What do you think we should do? Some people can decide that, let's just go off for a very long time. You're going abroad, let's just be we can still be friends, but let's not put that tag to it. We're not in a relationship, we're just friends. I believe that if it's meant to happen, it will happen. So it can be a situation whereby they go separate ways, and then in the end, she comes back, they reunite, and it works out.
Okay.
So that's why I feel like, yes.
Don't force it.
Yes, don't force it. Don't push it, because if you push it and then it doesn't work out, you might be the one losing out or something like that. But if you see that, I can do it, he can do it, then you guys communicate and you see from the same point of view, then how about, you
so
go
once both of you have that communication and it's something you can do, let me hear from you.
But
I don't know if you have a divergent
in the case
opinion.
of communication, I feel like you should always avoid excessive communication.
There is a communication that is also
too much, always texting, always being in my space, choking me kind of thing. Like, in context, don't text too much, but be there for me. Be there for me, because there is this thing like, can you always be there for the person even though you're not actually there? So when I'm feeling down, will you actually stay there with me through the text, through the phone calls, through the video calls, without actually getting annoyed that, okay, what else do you want to see? Like, it's not just this thing. Like, don't chase the person away. Always be open. Let the person feel like anything that happens, I can bring my emotions to you and you be there with me. And excessive communication in the sense that always asking questions, always, where did you go to?
Yes,
I saw you in this
that can be a
place.
problem. Yes.
It can be a problem.
There should be a balanced communication.
A balanced communication.
Don't let it be too much and don't let it be too less. You should balance it.
So there has to be a balance. That's a little bit difficult because some people feel that once we have a long distance relationship, the more we talk, the closer it feels. But you're saying now that there is something as
balance. That's a bit balance. Middle ground. Find a middle ground of communication.
Like, you guys were together in the same place. You didn't you didn't always ask questions like, okay, where did you go to? Who were you with? What are you doing? And then he moves. I start doing that. Even I, as a person, I will lose interest. Like, why are you being so nosy? Like, that means you don't trust me. Why are you asking me all these questions? Just let everything go smoothly. If it's meant to work, it will work.
As a person, I don't always ask you that. So why are you always in my business?
Don't be in my don't be in my business.
There's this person I know that she does long distance relationship, but they kind of find these cute moments to actually do these dinner dates. Like, is it Zoom call? They do the Zoom call, then they share a video on Netflix, buy popcorn, cringy things.
Nice.
They buy popcorn, chocolate, and everything. They off the lights in their room, sit down, watching.
And they're doing that virtually.
Virtually, but they'll be talking, they'll be laughing. I'm like,
I never knew that happens in real life. I've seen like TikTok that we use nowadays. Yeah. I've seen something like that. They're always on video call. You know, they have dates on video call. I'm like, does this happen or this is just something?
And that can actually make a long distance.
It can make you work.
It gives you this feeling of closeness.
Yeah, the person is still there for me.
Still there with me, even though I can't have it physical with you. You're still here with me to watch this Netflix show I like. Or things like
so
that.
what you're saying now is even no matter the distance, we can still create a very wonderful moment to be together, even if we are not actually together.
Yes.
The technology of today has given us that opportunity to come together and share things together. Now, looking at this long distance relationship, is there a way that we can say, we have a long distance relationship, on our own this is very tough. How can, the idea of godliness come in to help us build a lasting relationship so the relationship doesn't have to end because we are committed to something bigger up there, maybe marriage, especially for two people who are in love. Distance just comes. I didn't make it happen. It just happened. Maybe as a result of work, maybe as a result of finding greener pasture.
Education.
And sometimes it could be education or even health. And then do we have to throw all those things away? How do we bring God in to help us go through a long distance relationship? Let me hear.
Nothing else but prayer. Even as I'm here, if I see I'm about to have something with somebody, or I'm in a relationship with a person, I'm always praying to God, because like you said, we're committed to there's somebody up there that if it's not God's will for you, then it can never work. If it's not in God's plan, if you push it and you end up having yourself in a ditch or something like that. So just keep pray, talk to God about this person. If this person, even with normal friendships, that's what I do. If this person isn't right for me, Lord, take the person away from my life. You don't necessarily when you say take the person out of my life, it doesn't have to be let us fight. No, you can just if it's right, you can just see you just see something will just happen. God does stuff in wonderful ways, things you don't expect, you just see happening. So you just pray, talk to God about the person. If this person is not supposed to be there, don't let me get so deep into this thing. Let it end now.
Wow.
And pray with your partner.
Yes,
because our generation now, we find prayer as oh, that's not cool, or talking about God, I won't do that. But that's not it. God,
people youths now, they say whenever you talk too much about God or push God uncool.
What? Yeah, you're cringe. Okay, what's wrong with you? They'll call you Christian mother. Okay, I know
you pray to
you
God, but why do you have to put it out there?
Prayer is being seen as something outdated. Prayer is something that is supposed to trend from time to time beyond whatsoever.
I feel like prayer. What's the
place of God in it?
I feel like prayer should be the foundation of a relationship, because there is this app that it gives two people can register on the app, and it sends you this hourly 3 hours devotional psalms that you and your partner can read at the same time. And there is this function on the app that does video call.
Wow.
What's the name?
I think it was one King James virtual.
Is it U version?
Yeah, U version. You can communicate. There is even a time when you can just today by 4, let us have this devotional video time between us to talk and to actually know what we are doing with our life. Do we still want this? Do we still want us to continue? Do you see a future between us?
Yes.
So don't just be we're dating. Don't just put that word dating.
Don't let your relationship just be on just vibes. We're just doing it.
I feel
let's have somebody in charge, and it can only be God. Because man will fail you. So if you put it in the hands of God and it's supposed to work, then it will work.
For a relationship to work, I feel you should enter a relationship with the purpose that is not for now.
It's for the future.
We're building something for the future.
Yes, it's strategic. It's not
strategic. Because you just enter everybody's dating. God, I'm single. God, I'm so single. Let me feel what this thing is. It might not work. And patience is key.
Patience is key.
Because let me use myself. When whenever you take too long to reply, it's like I get angry.
Okay.
So talk less of the person is not traveling. There is no opportunity to actually go and see the person.
Okay.
We used to have that patience to wait. We used to have, with your patience, like your short-term patience, allow you to actually be committed. Once you feel like I can't do this, let me find someone that's close by that can actually.
That's where self-evaluation comes in.
Yeah, self-evaluation.
Yes, ask yourself these questions before you actually embark on this long-distance relationship journey. Yeah. Don't get into it, you now start having doubts. Think about it before you do it, so that you don't end up like in a mess.
This is really expository. I am very much pleased that we can sit together and talk about this.
Yes.
Which means long-distance relationship is actually not a problem.
It's not a problem.
If we put God in it.
Yes.
And we are looking at something much more bigger than just the present relationship.
Yes.
There are some people who are worth it. There are some people who are worth waiting for, regardless of the distance. Especially if we are connected with the godly attitude. If we communicate the godly way and reach out to one another in a very godly way. We could have a long distance relationship and still have it very peaceful until God decides that we meet together.
So it is physical satisfaction should not be like the first thing.
Physical satisfaction
should not be like the first thing.
Wonderful.
Maybe you should start like from spiritual satisfaction.
Spiritual satisfaction.
Yeah, I talk to God a lot. I have conversations with God like He's my friend. So I cannot be So I cannot be in a relationship with somebody and I'm telling you how I speak to God, or I'm explaining to you how I feel about God. And you're looking at me as, this babe is not it too. Or, no, then we can't work.
Because you're going in with the mindset of physical attraction. There are so many attractive people.
You still see so many fine people.
I can live here right now, and the first person I see someone attractive. Okay, will I say, okay, I'm having physical attraction to this person.
Wow.
I think I'm in love with this person.
So the physical doesn't really matter.
The physical doesn't work.
Right,
you can find physical everywhere.
Wow, thank you so much for being on the program today. You have left something great to the mind of a lot of young people. You have left something to my personal imagination, and I'm going to run with that. Thank you for being on the program.
Thank you for having us.
It's a pleasure to have you. There you have it. You've heard it all. Distance is not a problem if we have God sail our boat of relationship with us. Distance is not a problem if we have God sail the boat of our relationship with us. If we make him the pilot of that relationship plane, he will land us safely. And if we dwell in the godly attitude of a relationship, we can rest assured that God will steer our relationship to safety. And at the end of it all, we will have no regret or have any reason to leave our loved one just because of distance. It's on this note that we leave you on the program today, hoping you join us again another time. God bless you for being a part of us today.